Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Star Wars Factfiles, where I'll be reviewing your favourite characters from Knights of the Old Republic and what they are. Today we'll be doing Darth Sion, the Lord of Pain, so let's get started. Okay, so Darth Sion, the Lord of Pain, was a Sith Lord who lived in the time of the old Sith Wars as a Sith marauder in the Great War. He fought for Exile's coup in the Sith Empire until the day he was struck down. Rather than die, he found that calling on his pain and anger and hatred, he could rise from certain death and become immortal. At all cost of consuming agony, with the body fractured and deposing, but held together by the dark side. He soon allied himself with the next Sith Empire to arise in the galaxy, that of Darth Revan and Darth Malak. Those Sith too fell, and he watched the Sith Academy on Korriban as the Empire tore itself apart. He found a new purpose with Darth Sion and Nihilus, a pair of Sith Lords who together formed the Sith Triumvirate, dedicating to restoring the Sith and eliminating the Jedi in their headquarters on Malachor 5. Sion served as Trey's disciple. Eventually frustrated with her teachings, he and Nihilus stripped her of the Force and cast her out. The two ruling Sith Lords went to reunite most of the surviving Sith remnants and continue their war on the Jedi with great success. With the Jedi all but eliminated, Sion took notice of new Jedi returning to known space, the Jedi exiled off the Mandalorian Wars. His attempt to kill her was thwarted by Trey, who managed to get exiled to Porogus too. Sion followed in capture of the Republic ship the Harbinger, but the exiled and companions escaped once more. He encountered her again at Korriban, but began to feel strange new feelings for her. He let her escape. Trey eventually betrayed the exile and returned to take command of Sith and Sion. Sion awaited the exile on Malachor 5. In their return to battle, he was struck down, and again, by a rose each time. The exile showed Sion the price he paid for immortality, convinced him to let go, and the Sith Lord was all allowed to die for himself. Now I'm gonna just say, his final death. Now, after Sion returned to Malachor 5, he soon joined on that world by Kreia, who had betrayed him. Reclaimed her title of Darth Traya and led Nihilus to his death. After eliminating Sion's assassins, Trey found him in the Treya's core. Sion threatened to kill her, but Treya claimed that she had returned her because she understood the exile's choices, bent him to her will, and made him prepare for the final arrival of the exile. Treya commanded that when the exile arrives at the Trey's Academy, Sion show her every measure of respect. Eventually she came to Malachor in search of Kreia, and after fighting her way through the Sith forces of the Academy, the exile at last came face to face with Sion. He cautioned her to leave, warning that Treya would break her as she had Sion, believing that Treya could not be defeated. Sion concluded that the exile was to deny herself to Treya. Treya would have no choice but to accept Sion's loyalty again. He considered himself to have come further than any of his former apprentices, including Revan, and he decided that his initial betrayal was a test that he had passed. With words exhausted, the exile and Sion at last fought. The exile struck down Sion, but with the power of Malachor flowing through him, he rose again. Once more they fought, and once more he fell. The exile tried to persuade Sion that Kreia did not respect him and was using him as a tool, but Sion claimed that if he killed the exile, Trey would have to complete his training as a true apprentice. As they continued their fight, Sion saw strength in the exile, but still believed himself capable of defeating her. As she struck him down for a fourth time, Sion remained defiant. The exile told him that he'd already been defeated, and she explained that Kreia had only respected those who could let go of the Force, not those of Sion who relied on it. Sion, who had not thought it possible to walk away from it, was forced by the exile's words to believe that the life he had given himself was by pain only. In his last moments, Sion warned the exile that Trey would break her, and told her that Trey's weakness just had been his. At last, glad to leave living world behind him, Sion allowed himself to die. Okay, so now I'm just going to speak of some of his personalities and some of his traits and stuff, what it was like. Okay, so from the beginning, Darth Sion filled himself with hatred, ultimately giving him power to overcome death. He chose to embody his pain rather than tolerate it as a normal part of existence, turning it into something far greater. Sion fed upon his fame for subsistence, and he sought to spread it out to all Jedi across the galaxy. As the Force gave him power, Sion felt it called on him to continue to fight. The Force was all he was, and the dark side was his identity, and yet Sion's desire to heal the galaxy he felt was fractured, and he could not understand those who had the power to fix it and did not, like Revan. He was tenacious and cornered his prey on Purgus too. The Sith Lord would not let them go without bloodshed. He was cunning, though Jedi Master Lorna Vash considered him volatile and easily influenced brute. Sion would ultimately trap and kill her. Ambitious and power was hungry as well. He would not go forever bend to the will of his Sith Master, Darth Sion, and he and Darth Nihilus eventually turned on her, using Nihilus' special techniques in the Force to tear down her defences and beat her mercilessly. I can't say it, sorry. Sion and Nihilus differed from prior to Sith, that the death of the Jedi Order was their sole objective. The manner in which they fought the Jedi too, lying and hiding and striking from the darkness. In his years as a Sith Marauder, Sion regularly fought in front lines of the war of Sith, and in surviving he built a tolerance to pain. When at last he achieved his method of immortality, even sentinel of Sion's body crawled with agony. Sion's flesh was decomposing, covered in cracks and scars, and his body existed in a state of underneath. His skeleton was fractured in 1,000 places, and every bone in his body had been splintered repeatedly and then reassembled. The Force was all that held together. So that's basically what I have to say about him and his life and his personality traits. I had to cut some content from this because it's quite. I only get to, I think it's 8 minutes, but I may do the cut content another time. So thanks for watching, and I think I'll do good old Nihilus in the next one because he has quite a good background story. So if you watched it, thank you, and keep watching for more. Bye.